What if Rihanna wasn't Rihanna? Not the singer, not the billionaire, not even the queen of red carpets. Imagine a world where her voice, her fire, and her wild personality had to find a completely different stage. If she never stepped into music, where would that unstoppable energy take her? Tonight, we dive into the alternate lives of Rihanna careers so unexpected, you won't believe they actually make sense. Rihanna is more than a superstar. She's a force of nature, fearless, unpredictable, and always rewriting the rules. But here's the question, what if her talent and fire had to explode in completely different worlds? Imagine her energy dropped into jobs so far from music, it feels like a parallel universe. Tonight, we're not just watching Rihanna the icon, we're unlocking Rihanna the what if. And trust me, if you think the first few careers are wild, wait until you see the last one. Because the final job on this list is so shocking, it might just steal the show. Imagine this. Rihanna not on a stage, not in a fashion show, but standing in the middle of a wild African savanna, leading a group of children on a safari she designed herself. Sounds crazy, right? But wait, this actually makes sense. Rihanna has always had this fearless, adventurous spirit. She's the kind of person who doesn't just walk into a room, she owns it. Now imagine channeling that same energy into protecting wildlife, creating futuristic eco-parks, and even inventing stylish uniforms for rangers. Because, let's be real, only Rihanna could turn saving the planet into a global fashion trend. And don't forget her humor. Can't you just see her announcing? Yes. We saved 3 elephants today, but I still need my Wi-Fi to post this selfie with a giraffe. That balance of seriousness and playfulness is exactly why she'd shine here. She's more than a superstar. She's a natural leader. If she wasn't conquering music and fashion, Rihanna could have been the visionary who made wildlife conservation cool, trendy, and impossible to ignore. So, we've just seen Rihanna saving the planet like a true eco-queen. But wait, what if the same woman who's hugging trees could also be creating something that ends up on your face every single morning? Yeah? I'll leave you hanging on that one for just a second. But before we jump into Rihanna's next shocking career twist, hit that like button, because trust me, what's coming next is a glow-up you never saw coming. Now picture this, Rihanna not just singing in front of millions, but standing in a sleek lab, wearing a white coat with diamond earrings, testing lipsticks like a mad scientist. Wild, right? But here's the twist, it actually fits her perfectly. Rihanna has always been obsessed with breaking limits. She doesn't accept standard, and in the world of beauty, she saw something no one else dared to fix the lack of shades for every single skin tone. That vision? That's pure entrepreneurship. But let's be honest, only Rihanna would test foundations on herself. Look in the mirror and say, nope, this is not it, honey. Try again. That mix of diva confidence and perfectionism turned into Fenty beauty and empire that didn't just sell makeup. It rewrote the entire industry. So if Rihanna wasn't dominating music, she'd still be shaking the beauty world. With her charisma, boldness, and humor, she'd make makeup not just about looking good, but about power, diversity, and style. And admit it, you can already see her selling lip gloss like it's a revolutionary weapon. Imagine Rihanna not just on stage or in a beauty lab, but sitting at the head of a massive glass table, looking over startup founders pitching their wildest ideas. Tech, food, fashion, you name it. Rihanna as an investor? Oh yes, it makes more sense than you think. Why? Because she's not just an artist, she's a strategist. She built Fenty into a billion-dollar empire. She knows what people crave before they even say it out loud. And that's the exact superpower every investor dreams of. Picture this. A nervous young founder walks into the room, hands shaking, pitching a new plant-based burger. Rihanna leans forward, smirks, and says, "So does it taste better than my grandma's recipe? 'Cause if not, baby, we got a problem." Suddenly, the whole room laughs. That's Rihanna mixing humor with sharp instincts. She'd spot the ideas nobody else believes in, throw her weight behind them, and boom, the next big revolution in tech or food would have Rihanna's fingerprints all over it. And let's be real, who wouldn't want Rihanna as their investor? She'd probably turn board meetings into jam sessions. So yeah, Rihanna as a venture capitalist is not just possible, it's terrifyingly good. Because when she puts her money on something, it doesn't just grow, it explodes. Alright, so far we've seen Rihanna go from saving the planet, to building empires, to investing in the future. But let me tell you something if you think this is impressive. The last job on our list will literally make you question reality itself. So if you're enjoying this ride, stick around till the end. Because the grand finale is the kind of twist Rihanna herself would probably drop in an album. Now imagine Rihanna not just wearing fashion, but commanding it like a general in high heels. As a creative director, she wouldn't just design clothes, she'd rewrite the entire rulebook of style. She's always been more than a singer. Every time she walks out the door, the paparazzi don't just take photos, they take notes. Trends? She doesn't follow them. She invents them, sometimes by accident. Like, who else could turn an oversized yellow coat into a global headline? Picture this, a Fashion Week runway. Lights down, silence in the crowd. Then, boom! Rihanna rolls in with models wearing designs so bold that people whisper, "Is that fashion or the future?" And Rihanna, probably sipping from a wine glass, smirks like, "Both, darling." The truth is, Rihanna has that rare ability to make people want to be braver, louder, more unapologetically themselves. That's what a real fashion mogul does. She doesn't sell fabric, she sells attitude. And let's be honest, half of us would buy anything if it came with Rihanna's stamp on it. Even socks. Especially socks. So tell me, out of these 4 jobs so far, which one screams Rihanna the most? Drop it in the comments because I'm dying to see which path you think fits her best. Picture this, Rihanna in the cockpit of a private jet. Not as a passenger, but as the pilot. Sunglasses on, headset in place, smirking like she's about to drop the hottest album at 30,000 feet. Why does this make sense? Think about it. Rihanna has always been in control of her own destiny. Music, fashion, business. She doesn't just ride the wave, she flies above it, literally. And let's be real, if she can handle the chaos of the music industry. A few turbulence bumps are nothing. Now imagine the scene. Celebrities nervously buckled up in the back, and Rihanna's voice crackles over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Fasten your seatbelts, or don't. I run this guy." Half the passengers would faint, the other half would Instagram it instantly. And of course, she'd still make it fashion. Forget boring pilot uniforms. Rihanna's flight jacket would end up in vogue before the plane even lands. A Rihanna-run airline wouldn't just fly you to your destination, it would deliver you straight into a headline. Because let's face it, if there's one star bold enough to swap the stage for the skies, it's Rihanna. Captain, pilot, legend of the clouds. So, in this video, we explored the possible alternate careers of Rihanna. But wait, the next episode, we'll dive into someone who's louder than life itself, unpredictable, and always in the headlines. You guessed it, Kanye West. But before we fly there, tell me in the comments, which job do you think Rihanna could truly dominate, and which one did we miss? Because remember, we might just steal the next job right out of your mind.